It's so weird.
It's so cold.
I know. I just turned it off. It's not 63. I wouldn't put on 63.
Looks like 63.
Well, baby, your eyes are bad then. Anyway.
Is that recording?
Yeah. What's up, guys? Healy Happenings back here. We're gonna be kind of sharing and talking about goals for 2020. I know we're kind of late on the whole New Year's resolution thing, and then just I guess late in general. But you know what? It's never too late to set some goals with your lady. So I guess we're just gonna kind of talk about like the things you think about when you set goals, the different types of goals, and just different categories and things we personally set goals in.
Mm-hmm. So every year we sit down and we go through like what do we want for the year, what do we want for 5 years, 10 years. We're on the same page, and that we take into consideration like what one person wants and what the other person wants as well.
And like the Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. When you're goal setting, I think one of the biggest things to actually set yourself up for success is to have small wins. And the small win is to you accomplish like a goal, and then you're like, all right, that felt good, let's do another one. And
right, like if you're gonna have a goal of losing weight, you're not gonna say I'm gonna lose 50 pounds and then get like downhearted when you don't lose anything in the first week or something.
It gives you momentum to continue to accomplish the long-term goals, because that's kind of what it is. The short-term goals kind of work within the boundaries of accomplishing the long-term goals. Goals, like Brandy said earlier, are like 3-year, 5-year, 10-year. In 10 years, where you want to be.
When we sit down every year and come up with our goals, we try to stay within certain categories. So like our first category our first category of life, really.
It really is we call it the faith category. So in our category of faith, we kind of set goals to go actually deeper in our walk with Jesus. More together, read the Bible together more. For example, every Sunday night we kind of just, after the kids go to bed, we spend about 10 minutes every Sunday just in worship and prayer. And so our goal is to just every Sunday do that. Other ways is we get involved with church. We see goals of like the ministries and stuff we want to accomplish. And I think that's really one of the most important ones we really do try to aim to do.
The number one.
Yes, he's number one. She's my number two. But I love her. I love my number two, but I love my number one. It's going to be a thing, guys.
And another category that we focus on for planning for the year is
financial.
That's the fun one.
That is the fun one.
So for this category, financial, you would come up with like, if you want to pay off debt this year, how much is a realistic goal for you to get? If you want to increase
or
your income or save, come up with a realistic goal that you can actually achieve.
Like we were saying earlier, just having those realistic ones, the small wins, they help immensely. You actually feel like you're getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it feels good. Winning feels great.
Part of it is making sure like you're on the same page and agreeing and taking in consideration like what's important to each individual in the relationship.
Yep. Category would be relationships. I think relationships are really important because friendships, relationships with our parents or or grandparents or family members in general can kind of get, with like the chaos of life, can kind of get put on the back burner.
Yeah. So
having just goals for those people we care dearly about. So like saying we're gonna try to do dinner more with this person, or we're gonna try to visit this person at least once a month, or really just finding time to set aside for people.
Right. Conscious effort.
Conscious effort. So these you might want to take note, because this is why we're so perfect.
Yeah.
We're not perfect, but anyway. Our next one is a big one. Marriage. You know, even though we're perfect, become more perfect in our marriage. Like, we want to sharing a book together, a marriage book, making time for each other.
I know some people who do like once a week date nights. We do once a month. You know, just making sure you take that time and make it just the two of you.
Yeah. This special lady.
That's the person you're with forever.
Making
the kids will leave the nest one day, but you're stuck with that person.
Right. And I mean, if your life is always revolving around your kids, and then these kids do leave, and then
hopefully they leave the nest.
Yeah, hopefully they're not out back
figuring things out.
But no, because then, if your life's always revolved around them, and then they leave, then you're just sitting with a stranger. You're like,
yeah. Who are you?
Hey.
But no, you have to, make sure that you remember why you got married in the first place.
Yeah. And, making time can include, one-on-one time. Coming together and just looking at each other.
Without freaking each other out. Go on a vacation, just the two of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing that next month. Guys, it's been 2.5 years
since we've been on a vacation.
It'll be 3 years in September.
We were gonna go in the fall last year, and that didn't happen.
So marriage, set some marriage goals. Personal is us individually. And this, I really do think this is good for couples, because it's kind of hard with little kids, and with everything going on, and trying to make time for stuff, to actually have time for what each other wants to do or try independently.
Right, you don't want to lose yourself and lose who you are.
Right. And so, we kind of I think this year we're going to try to each find one, big thing or something new we want to try. And, and kind of just let each other do and support each other while we go through it.
It's more of the other person allowing you to have time for yourself.
Yes, guilt-free.
Guilt-free time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have trouble with that.
What, making me feel guilty?
No, feeling guilty.
Oh.
To take time for myself. Yeah.
So I guess set personal goals for each other, and kind of promising each other that, I'm going to encourage you, I'm going to support you to accomplish these goals.
So the main thing in coming up with these goals in the beginning of the year, life gets really busy.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a vision for, where you want to be and what you want to do, and in a month, in a year, in 10 years, then you can just kind of get caught up in it and get lost.
Yeah, and that's no bueno, like the French say.
Any hobbies that you have, or?
I guess I think also this year, I think we said we were going to kind of find money to spend on ourselves or something, get clothes or...
Yeah. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. All of these are going to kind of be building on top of each other to accomplish the long-term goals, like we said earlier. Our faith goals would have us to where, we're started a full-time ministry. And then in our financial goals, have our house and land and everything finished and built. Relationships, you know, having everybody at our house and all the families together for like Christmas. Marriage, to still be married.
To still be married. And love each other.
And love each other. Cause
that's important.
I heard, I think I was reading it in this book, but it said, you know, there is a difference between being, we're committed to each other, but you don't want to just be committed to each other. You want to love each other and be committed to each other. Because you can be committed to somebody and not even really love them. I mean, come on.
Not even like them.
Not even like them. And then personal, like if Brandy was starting a business, you know, that it's producing and doing well, and if I'm wanting to do something like a business and it's doing good, and you know, and kind of just it should all be building on top of each other to something else.
And each year, like when we review our long-term goals, we modify them.
Yeah.
Like in a year, a lot can change. So your long-term goals are probably going to change too.
Yeah.
Little bits here and there.
Having it there and you actually had to think about it and write it down, it's more achievable because, you know, it's actually still on your mind. You know, you actually put thought into it.
It's like if you have like a wad of cash, you know, this is how much money I have versus a card.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know, like when you see that cash, you're like, oh, this is all I have.
Yeah.
Do I really want to spend it? Do I want to, you know, how am I going to spend it? If you have a card, you're just like swipe.
Swipe.
Same thing with the goals. Like if you write them down, it's like, oh, these are my goals. If you don't write them down, it's like in and out.
Yeah. I was like, remember we said we wanted to do that? Oh, I don't remember that.
Right?
But I know, guys, we're getting this one kind of late to you. But it's never too late to set these goals, and we really encourage you to do them. And, you know, set them and check them out every 3 months and see where y'all are at.
Yeah.
And, but that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day or night whenever you see this. And that is what's happening with Healy Happenings. Alright, guys. Later.
You don't say it like this?